24 Worldly Teachers based on Srimad Bhagavatam, Part 2. Excerpts from Uddhav Gita, Sri Dattatraya's teaching to King Yadu. Number 9. The Python. Have faith in destiny. Grasam sumrushtam virasam mahantam stokamevava yatshreyai vapatitam grasedajgaro kriyah. Following the example of the python, one should give up material endeavor and accept for one's maintenance food that comes of its own accord, whether such food be delicious or tasteless, ample or meager. Python eats whatever comes its way and is satisfied. Its teaching is not to run in pursuit of worldly things, but to limit desires and learn to accept what life brings. It gives message of self-regulation and acceptance during suffering. One must accept the will of God, the Supreme Controller. Number 10. The honeybee. Refrain from amassing wealth. Sayantanam shvastanam va na sangrahita bhikshukah makshika iva sangrahan sahatena vinashyati. A divine individual should not even collect material wealth for future consumption. If he disregards this injunction and like the honeybee collects more and more, that which he has hoarded will indeed ruin him. The honeybee actively seeks material benefits in the world. However, it does this with discretion, taking only what it needs from each flower. It collects food from all flowers, high and low, large and small, as a scholar should seek wisdom from a range of scriptural authorities. However, unlike the bee, the wise person should not store up material treasures. Number 11. The ocean signifies tranquility. Munihi prasanna gambiro durvigyayo duratyaya anantaparo yakshobhya stimitoda ivarnaya. A saintly being is happy and pleasing in his external behavior, whereas internally he is most grave and thoughtful. Because his knowledge is immeasurable and unlimited, he is never disturbed, and thus, in all respects, he is like tranquil water of the unfathomable and unsurpassable ocean. The ocean, like the Supreme, is limitless, timeless, and lucid at the surface, yet so deep that nothing disturbs its lower waters. It receives 1,000,000 rivers, yet remains unchanged. Equally, the wise should seek equipoise, be absorbed by the ocean of Godhead, and remain unperturbed by the river-like inputs of the senses, as if wearing a white blanket of peace to cover mental noises. Number 12. The moth. Control your desires. Drashtva sriyam devamayam tadba vairajinandriya pralobhita patati ande tamasyagno. One who has failed to control his senses feels attraction upon seeing a woman's form, her enticing words, coquettish smile, and sensuous body movements, which are created by the illusory energy of the Supreme Lord. He falls blindly into the darkness of the material existence, just as the moth maddened by the fire rushes into the flame. The moth exposes the pitfalls of the senses. Here, sight destroys reason, just as it destroys the moth that flirts with a flame. Similarly, a person with no intelligent discrimination is enticed by the illusory pleasure of the visual senses and thus gets caught in the ceaseless cycle of birth and death. He should control the senses and dwell in the self rather than the world. Number 13. Elephant. Refrain from sexual desires. Padapi yuvatim bhikshurna sprudeshadara vimapi Sparshan kariva badyate karenya asanga sangatah. A divine being should never touch a young girl. In fact, he should not even let his foot touch a wooden doll in the shape of a woman. By bodily contact with the woman, he will surely be captured by illusion, just as the elephant is captured due to his desire to touch she-elephant's body. The elephant is lured into a pit by the scent of its mate and then fettered, enslaved, and tormented by the Mahu's goad. Lord Krishna calls lust an all-devouring enemy. One should remain aloof from sense gratification in the form of sex pleasure. Otherwise, there is no possibility of understanding the spiritual world. Number 14. The musk deer. Refrain from attachments. Grame Geetam na Shunuyad Yatir Vanachara Kvachit Siksheta Harinad Baddana Mrugayogitam Mohitat. A saintly person in the renounced order of life should never listen to entertainment promoting material enjoyment. Rather, such person should carefully study the example of the musk deer who is bewildered by the sweet music of the hunter's horn and thus captured and killed. The deer is driven into the nets by the sounds of the beaters. Thus, profane entertainment should be avoided, but sacred music and dance are beneficial. However, the deer is driven by fear, another obsession and distraction that helps veil the spirit in illusion. Sri Dattatreya adds, "Here is the one without whole or part. Why do you, who are in union with that identity, feel grief or fear?" Number 15. The fish. Refrain from self-gratification. Jivyati pramathinya jano rasavi mohitaha mrutyu mruchyat sadbuddhir minastuhu. Just as a fish, incited by the desire to enjoy its tongue, is fatally trapped on the fisherman's hook, similarly, a foolish person is bewildered by the extreme disturbing urges of the tongue and thus is ruined. The fish rushes to its death, lured by the bait of food. If the desire for food is controlled, so the other senses are controlled automatically. Although one may conquer all of the other senses, as long as the tongue is not conquered, it cannot be said that one has controlled his senses. However, if one is able to control the tongue, then one is understood to be in the full control of all the senses. Number 16. Courtesan. Avoid prostituting one's time, body, self-respect, and principles in the name of a career. Santam samipe ramanam ratipradam vittapradam nityamamam vihaya akamadam dukkha bayadishoka mohapradam tuchamaham bhajegna. Like a fool, I have ignorantly served men who can never satisfy my real desires and who have simply brought unhappiness to me. The most dear one is the Lord of the universe, the bestower of the real love, happiness, and the source of all prosperity. Although he is in my heart, I have completely neglected him. Pingala, the prostitute, after the unpleasant evening, becomes disgusted with her life, her body, and transient pleasures. Realizing the oneness of the self, hoping for the mercy of the God within, she decides to change her ways, renounce worldly things, and devotes her life to the Lord. Expectation of this world and the people in it are the sources of our greatest misery.